Goldbergs. Okay, so I'm just gonna give a brief synopsis about the show. Me and my brother, for the past couple months, have been watching random episodes of the show. No season one episodes. I did that on purpose because I knew I wanted to kind of cover the show on my own. So I wanted to at least make sure that I was going into season one completely blind. So here we are. So I have seen some episodes of later stuff though. So I know like a decent amount about what happens through like random stuff and my brother explaining stuff to me, but it's about time I finally just watch a full season. Give myself the perspective on what the show's really about. Goldbergs is a pretty easy show to describe. Basically, it's about this family who pretty much it takes place in the 80s. It's pretty much it was created by the real Adam Goldberg, and pretty much the show is just an excuse for this bro to be talking about his childhood stories. We have his own self insert, who's the youngest child, his older brother Barry, and the oldest of the siblings, which is the daughter Erica. Parent wise, we got the dad Murray and his wife Beverly. Pretty much. Oh yeah, and there's also Beverly's dad, just called Pops. And that's pretty much it. That's the main family. I'll explain them a bit more, hopefully, as I review the episodes. But it takes place in the 80s. They really want you to know that every episode. I'm confident is inspired by like something different from like Adam Goldberg, the real Adam Goldberg's life. So pretty much the storytime animation before those really took off, and also obviously in live action. Not gonna lie, a pretty cool concept for a show, at least in my opinion. I feel like this is a premise you could do a lot with, and hey, the show got a whopping 10 seasons, so I must have done something right. But is season one a really good start, or does it make it kind of weird that the show even got a 10 seasons anyway? Well, you know what I'm up to. One, Circle of Driving. It's Barry's 16th birthday and he wants to drive. Okay, so the beginning of the show. The start of the whole thing. Do you start on something good? We start on something mid. It is a 3 out of 5. Yeah, sadly, we do not start the show on anything special. It's there. I don't know. There's just nothing about this episode that really stuck out as especially good. I remember there was Pops trying to like help Adam flirt with like this lady at like a Waffle House or something, or like Denny's. I don't even remember. That's already not a good sign. It was okay. It is an okay enough job at like showing who the characters are, but it doesn't really do anything that's like, oh man, this I'm gonna rewatch this episode. Which is a shame because just because it's the first episode doesn't mean it still can't be good. So it's a shame that this episode was not good and in fact just kind of average. Looking through the favorite moments, there's not a lot here. There's not a ton here that I'm really thinking is anything special. Overall, it's a fine enough episode. It's okay. Two, Daddy Daughter Day. Murray goes on a Daddy Daughter Day with Erica. Meanwhile, Adam gets clothes for his first day of school. This one is also a 3 out of 5, but I think I like this one a bit more than the first episode. First of all, it feels like there's more. Like the stories feel like there's more actually going on, which already helps a bit. Seeing Murray, who is pretty much just this, he's not really. Well, yeah, he's kind of distant. He pretty much keeps to himself. He likes sitting on his chair and just watching TV. Usually not having his pants on when he's in his house, when he's in his domain. So to see a character like him, to see a character like him trying to like really spend some time with his daughter Erica it's okay. It's all right. I kind of like how like Erica is like, oh, you're not ready for like all the talk, and then Erica just talks about all this dumb girl stuff. Like, you know how women are, you always yapping. I'm sorry, women, if you're watching this. I'm sorry. I apologize to the entire female gender for that one, bro. That was my bad. But come on, the episode kind of shows it like that anyway. Yeah, I'm kind of with Murray, bro. I could not handle that, bro. That's not for me. The B plot, I'm not as into. it was kind of just there. It just Beverly, while Murray is more distant to Beverly, the mom is way more protective and controlling. Something you will see a lot throughout the season, just as a heads up. This time, for the first day of school, she wants to get Adam some clothes, but Adam wants to pick his own clothes, and Pops kind of tries to help him out with that. It's pretty bland. Overall, this episode is also okay. The only really funny part, other than the talk Erica gave to Murray, was Murray's reaction to it was probably just the reveal that Barry casually just skates. And then at the end, the whole family skates. So they took Barry's thing, bro. It was his one thing, and they took it. Damn rotten family. 3, Mini Murray. Don't know why, but whenever I hear the title, I always think of Mini Me from the Austin Power movies. Does anyone know Austin Powers? I haven't seen the third one, but I saw the first two a while ago, and they're pretty funny movies. For the general story, Barry works at Murray's store. Meanwhile, Adam gets scared after seeing Poltergeist. What's there to say about this episode? I don't know why I say episode. Why did I say episodes? Maybe it's because it has 2 plot lines. Again, 3 out of 5, but again, we're slowly getting better. This one's easily the best of the bunch. Yes, even though I did describe Murray as kind of a lazy guy, he does still work. He works at a furniture store, and Barry tries to work with him so he can get some money to really help start his basketball career, because Barry's all about basketball, bro. It's decently funny watching him slowly just turn into another version of Murray, but ironically kind of does a better job than Murray does at running the store. It's actually not too bad. Again, though, the other plotline I'm just not that into. It's just Adam. It's just Beverly making Adam watch Great Mouse Detective with Pops. But oh no, he accidentally goes to Poltergeist, but Adam's scared of it. I don't know. And then Beverly kind of like realizes he's not Poltergeist, but like she tries to keep her son scared so that he will hug her, because she is so hug deprived from her children. It is genuinely kind of terrifying. It's more terrifying than Poltergeist, probably, because I've never seen a movie. It's still an okay episode, but man, that Beverly, that I can't determine how good it would have been without the B plot, but the B plot is definitely something. And poor Pops just wanted to watch Great Mouse Detective. That's the real crime here. 4, why are you hitting yourself? Adam and Barry bond over a secret channel. Ooh la la. Meanwhile, Beverly gets her pop a date. Good old Sody Pop. Episode is, once again, a 3 out of 5. Man, I'm being so repetitive with these rankings. It makes you wonder why I even do these out of 5 rankings. Pretty much, this is one I have very few thoughts on, other than it was really just a there episode. Adam and Barry's whole bond really wasn't that funny. I mean, being one of the guys, I know how it be. Well, I guess not, because, again, the show takes place in, like, the 80s, so they kind of have to use this to find the secret channel. But nowadays, bro, you can just look this shit up. You can look it up. I'm not actually going to look it up because I'm not doing that right now, YouTube live, but, you know, I could. I should. But I shouldn't. Overall, it was pretty mid. I think I like the B plot even less, though. Pretty much Pop's whole thing is that obviously he very much cares for Adam, as we've seen in like the past couple episodes. He's mostly been interacting with him. But this episode also shows that he is very much a ladies' man, as his old age. His wife passed away some time ago, so now he's just be going around with woman to woman. I'm pretty sure that's explanation at the end for like why he wants to not have another serious relationship, because he already had that with his wife, which was fine, I guess. Again, though, this kind of felt like a filler episode. There wasn't really much going on in either plotline, and it really wasn't that engaging or that entertaining. 5, The Ring. Beverly discovers her wedding ring used to belong to Murray's ex-fiance. It's a 4 out of 5. That's right, a good episode. I knew after those last 4 we'd get something I actually enjoy. Yeah, this one was consistently good the whole way through. Well, I don't have a lot to say about it. We finally get to see Murray and Beverly's marriage a bit more after they've mostly not really done much together before this episode. I actually kind of like it. I think these two actually have a good idea for like a relationship because Murray, because they're polar opposites, but like it's an opposites attract kind of thing. Murray's kind of this lazy guy, he's off by himself. Beverly's very excitable. She very much loves her kids to a fault. So actually seeing them interact as a couple is actually very entertaining. I love the whole twist and turns. Like, oh, Murray has letters from his ex fiance, but oh, Beverly already knows about it. But she didn't know that the ring she's wearing was from Murray's ex fiance originally. I already, even without looking at the favorite moment section, I remember the scene of Murray and Beverly like going to the jewelry store. Sorry, Murray would buy her a new ring, and they both have constantly contracting views on if they should buy it or not. And the guy working there was just so dumbfounded and confused, like he doesn't know what the hell he should be doing. And considering how long ago I've been watching these older episodes, if I still remember a scene like that, that means you're doing a good job, at least in my opinion. So yeah, good episode. It was funny. It was entertaining. It's the first episode where I can actually see myself like wanting to rewatch it if I'm already watching Goldbergs. Good stuff here. Let's hope to keep it up. 6. Who you gonna telephone? It's Halloween. Adam hangs with the bad boys, and Beverly sneaks into Barry and Erica's party. After that good episode, we're settled with another 3 out of 5. Okay, so I'm gonna be very quick with this one. In general, I've made it kind of known a couple times. I'm not really overly into holiday episodes. Christmas is my main target, but Halloween is another one where so many shows and movies have done Halloween topics. So it can already be kind of hard to stand out from the pack. And this one definitely doesn't really stand out that much to me. For Adam's just a dick because Pops wanted to hang out with him. They would have been Ghostbusters together. And he, even if he doesn't understand the who you're going to call line, which is why the episode's called the way it is. But no, Adam just ditches him so he can hang out with his bad boys. And I get that that's how kids are, and kids can be self-centered like that. But that doesn't mean I like watching it. I don't know. But and Adam's bad boy friends are so obviously don't care about him. It's painful to watch. It's so bland. I like the party plotline a bit more with Beverly. Again, this woman's insane. She genuinely sneaks over to Barry and Erica's party, or at least the party they're going to, just so she can get the girl Barry has a crush on to like acknowledge him. It's crazy work. This woman's genuinely insane. Overall, though, it's just another meh episode. I can't really see myself ever wanting to watch this one ever again. 7. Call me when you get there. Barry gets his license and things end up poorly. It's a 3 out of 5. Funny enough setup, but with a Barry having to call Beverly when he drives to a specific location. It is cool that they're continuing the storyline of him driving. That was a good thing, but beyond that, not much to say here other than it's there. What else do you want me to say, man? It's okay. I like how Beverly was like, "Oh come on, Murray can't." No, not Murray. Beverly was like, "No, Barry can't drive on his own. What if he like is in a ditch?" And then when Murray finds him at the end of the episode, Barry is very much in a ditch. So Murray just doesn't. So Murray just lies to Beverly because he doesn't want Barry to not drive and he doesn't want to be stuck in the house with him. So which was kind of funny. It proves that Murray does very much care for his kids. He's just again a very distant person. Beyond that, though, there's not really much to this one. Again, it's just kind of okay, decently funny enough, I guess. So 8. The Crumps. There's a new family across the road, and they're way nicer than the Goldbergs. Pretty much the Flanders to the Goldberg Simpsons, and it is a 3 out of 5. Look, I'm sorry for so many 3 out of 5 ratings, but that's genuinely how it felt watching these episodes. I'm like, there's some funny moments in here, but overall the episode just lacks anything to make it anything really stand out. First of all, I'm just gonna say right now, and again, spoiler alert to later episodes, I guess, but in this episode, Adam says he has no friends, but then in later episodes, he just has other friends. Like he's still friends with the Crump son at the end from this point on, but like he has other friends. So like, why in this episode does he act like he has no friends? It's so stupid, and it's not like he gains them; they're just there and act like they've always been there. So just that type of thing really shouldn't get to me, but I know for a fact that the show is kind of trying to have some continuity, which makes me more annoyed when they do stupid stuff like that. I'm only saying that because there's not much to say about the episode otherwise, other than it's not that good. It just turns to a whole argument about like the families and just Adam not being allowed to see his friend anymore, and it's just yada yada. I just don't have a lot to say other than it was just kind of there. There wasn't a lot really going on. I do like the ending where the families do come together a bit more, and the Goldbergs try to be nicer. And hey, Murray gets to befriend the Crump dad, so that's cool. Murray needs a friend, bro. Can you tell he's my favorite character? 9. Stop arguing and start thinking. They don't do that motion in the episode, by the way. I just did that because it's funny and I'm getting kind of bored. Even I'm getting bored describing these episodes, bro. They're so samey. Let's hope this one changes it. For the story, the Goldbergs celebrate Thanksgiving with Murray's brother, Marvin. Good news! It's not a 3 out of 5. Bad news, it's a 2 out of 5. This thing was mediocre. And usually I'm more okay with Thanksgiving episodes, because really, what show does the Thanksgiving episode? Since it's only like an American holiday, a lot of people kind of skip over it, which is very disappointing because IMO Thanksgiving is way better than Halloween. I've never been the biggest Halloween fan IRL. I'll never understand that one. Maybe because I'm not a horror fan, so even that aspect's lost on me. Back to the actual subject of interest. This is just a media. I really didn't like this one. Marvin is a kind of annoying character. I just feel bad for Murray the whole time. It's not fun. And then there's also this whole B plot where like Adam wins this game him and Barry play, and the whole thing gives off a nasty vibe. I guess trying to be like, oh, see, Thanksgiving isn't as like peachy and perfect as you think it is with a family like this one. But it's like I don't care, bro. That doesn't automatically make your thing good because you're trying to be different. The only part I really liked was the part at the very end when it's revealed that Murray and Marvin's father really wasn't there. So since Murray's the older brother, he really took in as a parenting role. He really stepped up. That's actually really cool and a really nice character detail. It's a shame that the episode, that everything before it was so miserable. That's the best way to describe this episode, really. It's a mediocre, miserable episode that I'd actively like not recommend. All the episodes before it, all those 3 out of 5s, were just meh, middle of the road. But this one, actively mediocre. Really, actively recommend skipping this one. 10. Shopping. Beverly uses Eric's new job to get discounts. Meanwhile, Pops tries, my apologies, turning Barry's look from bad to good. Thank God, a good episode. We need those, bro. How many have we had? 2 now, counting this one. Don't got a lot to say. Episode was solid enough. I did like it. The Erica plot was good. Seeing Beverly, it's a good detail knowing how Beverly loves discounts. It gives her something to do other than just being insanely in love with her children. Not in an incest way, by the way, because that's not okay. But Erica eventually having to put a stop to it. It's good. It's solid stuff. I'd say I probably prefer the Barry plotline, though. I liked seeing him just get some good luck. Bro needed it after the horrible day. Him describing his horrible day was pretty funny, though. And then later, him describing his good day, it was all good stuff. And hey, Adam plays Legend of Zelda. I don't play Legend of Zelda because I'm not much of a gamer, but hey, good for bro. Well, until Barry beats the game without Adam being there, so that's not so great. Overall, though, a good, genuinely just funny episode. I like this one. Definitely go check it out if you want. If you just want to watch a funny episode of a sitcom. 11. Karate. The parents have an argument over whether or not Barry should be in the talent show. This episode's a 3 out of 5. Is there really any point? Is there really any point in me dragging the inevitable? It's okay. The back and forth between Murray and Beverly trying to get him in and out of it was all right. I did. The highlight moment was definitely the principal just not caring and explaining just how shit his life is. So he just couldn't care less what Barry ends up doing. It's fun. That was genuinely a really funny moment. And of course, in typical Barry fashion, he's not really good at karate, but believes he's good in karate. It's which just not the best. But Adam has faith in him though. Well, really shouldn't, but he does have faith. Oh yeah, I guess I should also bring up that there's this whole side story with Pops trying to with Erica not wanting to be in the talent show, but Pops trying to encourage her to be in the talent show. I didn't even bother writing it in the story description because it's so basic and bland. There's so little to it. Eventually, Erica ends up decides to enter the talent show because she doesn't care what the popular kids think. I'm sorry if I sound harsh, but it felt so basic. It felt like there wasn't really much going on. I don't know. That's the best way to describe this one, really. Very basic episode, and unfortunately, not in a good way. 12. You're underfoot. Pops takes over Murray's company. Meanwhile, Adam tries impressing his crush. It's a 3 out of 5. God damn it. Please stop giving me so many 3 out of 5s of Goldberg season 1. I need to entertain these people, god dang it. What to say about this one? I did like the lore detail that Pops owned the store that Murray now currently works for. In general, that plot was all right, trying to see him genuinely trying to make the store the way it used to be. And Murray letting him still let Pops work a little bit at the store at the end was a very wholesome moment. It was okay. And Adam trying to impress his crush was also okay. It was kind of cute. I did genuinely like the moment where he tried doing that stupid boombox cliche, but then it fails. That was a little funny. And again, spoiler alert: Adam and the crush do actually stay a bit of a couple throughout the rest of the season, and probably into season 2 and onward. So that's cool. Again, I like when sitcoms actually have continuity. It gives me a reason to actually want to watch them in order, and gives them an actual sense of plot progression. It's definitely probably one of the better episodes, but still not anything that special or memorable. Maybe that's the problem. This season just really is lacking in memorable episodes. Seriously, so far this season has been so mid. It's only been one mediocre one so far, but God, so many of these are just it's okay. There's a few funny moments. There's clearly talented people on this thing, but they're just not. They're not using the premise as best as they could. The characters really feel kind of one dimensional. It doesn't really feel like they're the most interesting characters anyway. So already, I hope we would get the characters get a bit more interesting, get a bit better, so the overall product can be more entertaining. Time for a drink break. Got some Gatorade. The best Gatorade flavor in the comments, guys. I ate a cheeseburger sub before making this video, by the way. It was pretty okay. Kind of wish I just had a regular cheeseburger. But the place that we got it from did not have regular cheeseburgers, so should we move on? We should move on. 13. The other smother. Beverly tries beating her rival. Imagine he wrote off at the end of that sentence. Holy, that would have been really bad. Meanwhile, Murray deals with a video store clerk. Only reason this gets a 3 and out of 2 is because I liked the Murray video store clerk plot. That stuff was good despite being the B plot. Seeing Murray genuinely want to do this for Adam was really sweetened. And the video store clerk was such an asshole, but in a really funny way. He's absolutely the highlight of this episode. Bro took things way too seriously. Like, I get why he banned Murray and all that, but still, bro did not need to do all that. Just a shame the main Beverly plot is really not good, and I almost straight up dislike it. It's just her being a smotherer, but going up against another smotherer. I already don't like how much Beverly is so protective over her children, especially since every episode is all like, oh, I'm sorry I did this to you, specific child in question. I really should be such a smotherer. But then in the next episode, she's right back to doing it. It makes the whole show feel way more repetitive, which I think is also part of the problem why I'm not liking many of these episodes. There's still some good stuff even beyond the B plot. Like, I did like Barry's ending speech where how he got treasurer was because he just talked about how much he hated his mom, and everyone agreed that's why he won. And that was funny stuff, but again, a majority of this thing really cannot recommend. Not that special, honestly. 14. You open the door. Beverly teaches Adam to dance. Meanwhile, Murray tries teaching Barry about the birds and the bees. It's a 3 out of 5. Oh my god, I'm like the most unique person in the world. Okay, so just to get this one out of the way, Beverly, once again, right after the last episode where she realized how much of a smotherer she was being, is back to being a smotherer. Bro, why? We do get to see Adam's crush again, so that's cool. They're still kind of dating. I like that, but why can't Beverly just not be like this? She genuinely gets so annoying to watch after a while. Probably like how I get annoying to watch after a while, but like, I acknowledge it, so I'm better. For real, though, her trying to get in on the dance and everything was so annoying, and like, I get why Adam apologized for yelling at her at the end, but also, like, bro, she was being too much. She kind of deserved it high key. The B plot had to literally having to go back to the Google Doc to remember what B plot was. Okay, the B plot was actually pretty alright in this one. Went from forgetting it to realizing, hey, it actually wasn't that bad. Murray genuinely trying to tell Barry about, like, the talk. What was genuinely kind of wholesome. And you really feel for Barry's plight because Murray really wasn't there for him for all that. Kind of like how Murray's dad wasn't there for him, as revealed in the Thanksgiving episode. See, there's like some decent lore stuff in this show. It's just also not that funny of a show. And again, some the characters still feel kind of one dimensional. So there's good elements in here. They're just not letting themselves grow. And I feel like even I've been saying that a million times already. And we're only halfway there. Halfway there. Halfway there. 15. Muscles Mursky. Erica wants Beverly to trust her more. Meanwhile, Barry makes Adam think there's tension between him and his lady friend. This isn't his crush, by the way. It's just a casual friend who happens to be the female variety. Episodes of 2 out of 5, by the way. The main plot is just Beverly and Erica fighting. I'm not going to bother going more in depth than that because it's essentially just kind of that, and it is a very meaty. It's not fun. Not a fun thing to watch at all. Just seeing a mother and daughter bickering. That's really not that fun of a concept, guys. Don't know why you're acting like it is. The B plot is like a bit better. Again, though, in the Crumps episode, they made it seem like Adam was lonely, but apparently no. He had this friend, this best friend, the entire time apparently. So I guess in the Crumps episode when he said he was lonely, he was just a goof. It was just a little bit of a oopsie daisy. That shouldn't bother me so much. I really gotta shut up with that. For real though, that plot was the better of the two plots, but still wasn't good. It's just the generic, oh, guys and girls can't be friends, so obviously Adam has to make it friend things awkward. Even though Adam, you already got a girl, bro. You don't gotta also get with her. It's just a mediocre episode. I really can't recommend this one, and I really could not recommend this one enough. It is quite mediocre. 16. Goldbergs never say die. Barry and Erica prank Adam by using his love for the Goonies. Yeah, remember back when the Goon word meant something different than how it does now? Better times. Anyway, meanwhile, Beverly wants to handle Pop's finances. This one's actually 4 out of 5. Holy, when did we get this really good episode out of nowhere? Remember, I've never seen Goonies. Okay, that was an accidental lie. I did watch it once, but that was when I was really young and obviously barely paid attention to it. But now that so I haven't really seen the movie or really know much about it beyond like the most popular stuff like the Truffle Shuffle or Sloth. As someone who doesn't even know much Goonies, I still think this is really good. Adam trying to put together his treasure hunt team was cool. I like how we got to see characters from different episodes, like his Crump friend, from the Crump family. We also have his crush and the lady friend from last episode, and also the Asian kid who Adam just makes the Asian kid from the Goonies, which is. And the bro's all like, "Oh come on, you just a role. Like we're friends. You could be this guy. I've literally never been to your house before. Okay, well, you could be any guy you want. Can I be main guy? No, you're not main guy. It's might unironically be funniest part of the whole season, bro. So far. Can't spoil the whole thing, but God, it's a funny moment. Whole episode was really good too. Well, at first I didn't really care about the Pop's finances plot line, but then when it started to intertwine with the Adam stuff I started to really like it. Because at first it was just a prank by Barry and Erica. But when Adam says how they're dead to him, then that makes them realize, oh man, we messed up, bro. So yeah, they help Adam with trying to get Pops' treasure so he could handle his own finances, and it's cool. I like that. It's a really good episode. Again, didn't know why we got so much peak after the series of Meh, but hey, I'm all for it. More episodes like this one, please. 17. Lame Gretzky. Lame Gretzky? I don't know how you pronounce that properly. Barry teaches Adam hockey. Meanwhile, Beverly's upset with Erica's choice in college. 3 out of 5. Basic, boring episode. Beverly is upset with Erica's choice in college. No one cares. She eventually lets Erica go to the college at the end of the episode. The hockey plot's okay. It's kind of just the basic as well. Basic episode. At this point, I'm with episodes like this. I'm gonna start talking less about the episodes because it's really not doesn't really matter. You already know by the writing what I think of them. 18. For your own good. Murray and Beverly have a war of change. Meanwhile, Barry helps Adam with his bus bully before Barry just becomes the bully. Nice, a 4 out of 5. That's pretty good. I like this episode. It's so weird. I feel like I remember seeing this Murray Beverly plot from somewhere before, and especially that Barry on the bus. I feel like I recognize that for some reason. I'm pretty sure my parents have binged the show, so maybe when I was like really young, I maybe just so happened to get a glimpse from this episode when I was like eating a snack or something, and maybe that's why I remember it so much. Hey, it didn't say it was a good reason to kind of remember it, but it's the best reason I got. Hmm. This is a really good episode, though. Well, again, I wish we got to see more of Murray and Beverly as a couple instead of just separate a lot of the time because I genuinely really like them as a couple. There was the Ring episode, and now there's this one, which are both just good. I like how petty the war gets, them each changing things about each other's lives and acting like, "Oh, it's for your own good." It's funny, and I do like the ending where they come together and, everything goes back to normal. It's really sweet. Beverly trying to get Murray's Mr. Chair back. That's right, he had a name. He loved that chair more than well, I don't think he said that, but he was probably implying that. Bro, the bond between Murray and Mr. Chair cannot be understated, bro. Well, imagine being the second person going into stream and wondering what I'm talking about. Oh, you left again? Yeah, that's right. Couldn't handle Murray and Mr. Chair's bond, so you left stream. Mm, mic drop. Oh yeah, we also got the Barry plot, which is thankfully just as good. I'm not sure if this is the first episode where I liked both plot. Well, no, because I think I liked the shopping episode. Yeah, so this isn't the first time, but this is thankfully one of the rare cases why I enjoyed both plot lines going on. It's a very natural progression, but it's still funny. Seeing Beery being overpowered with this whole bus thing is pretty funny. Overall, another pretty good episode. Another one I would genuinely recommend you watch. 19, President's Fitness Test. Beverly tries to get Adam out of the fitness test. Meanwhile, Barry crushes on Erica's French pen pal. Oh, wow, what do you know? Back to back 4 out of 5s. Maybe the season's finally picking up again. Don't have a lot to say about the Barry French pen pal plot. It was okay. You feel bad because Barry just wanted, to date her. I mean, okay, can't feel too bad because Barry was being a bit annoying about it. So whatever. It was an okay plot line, but I mainly enjoy it for the A plot. It was pretty good. We got some Murray and Adam bonding with Murray, letting Adam know why he wants him to take the fitness test in the first place by Adam being, a dweeb, a geek, a nerd, a McSpazatron. And that's that Murray was never really good at swimming. Again, this Bond stuff really helps. Is really what makes the episode so good. It's genuinely fun. I just like seeing these characters be nice to each other while still keeping an air of humor. It doesn't even have to be the funniest show ever, just as long as I like the characters. And I feel like we're slowly seeing the characters get more unique and a bit more three dimensional, which is definitely a good thing. If the show is going to last 9 more seasons. So yeah, this is a good episode. Definitely check this one out. Another one that is worth a watch in my book. 20. You're not invited. It's Adam's birthday, and he tries making it a more adult party. 3 out of 5. Unfortunately, a pretty basic storyline here. It's the whole, oh, no, the kid wants to act more like a grown up, but realizes that being a kid is more fun. We get some more development on Adam and his crush with him trying to kiss her because they never really kissed yet. They do by the end of the episode though, so that's cool. Although not really much else to say other than it's decently funny enough. So it's not like completely unwatchable, but like again, Adam's just kind of a dick here. One of the rare times I surprisingly side with Beverly of all people. Usually I am not with her at all on things, but this is one of the rare times I genuinely felt bad for her. She just wanted to give her son a good birthday. Whatever. It's still an okay enough episode. It's not the worst thing to watch. Well, there's somehow been like way worse this season, which I think is more proof of how meh the season's been, rather than this episode really having much of quality. 21, Age of Darkness. Erica's boyfriend dumps her. Meanwhile, Barry gets addicted to Punch Out. 3 out of 5. Erica plot was okay. As someone who has never really had much of an IRL relationship, I cannot comment on how accurate Erica's thing is. But as someone who's had depression his whole life, I can admit that yeah, it can suck of being just upset about something. No, I do like the ending moment where Murray helped Erica out, despite the whole episode of Murray not being allowed to help her because I don't know, something about guys and apparently not being able to help women with their emotions. Some sexist BS like that. Whole time making me think of that King of the Hill episode where Hank tried to help Luann through her breakup, but this is actually a better version of that episode. Again, though, the B plot was probably funnier. It was Barry getting addicted to Punch Out. One of the rare video game series I actually fully am aware of and fully care about. So it was cool getting to see that get some rap. And especially when Adam and Pop started to give him like an intervention because he's playing Punch Out too much. So it's good stuff. Episode is 100% watchable, but again, not anything overly special. A wrestler named Goldberg. Barry joins the wrestling team, but has to learn that it's not WWE. Meanwhile, Adam wants to see Return of the Jedi. 3 out of 5. Again, we're almost done here. I'm not gonna say much on this one, so I don't know. Tell me to make it my own thoughts if you really want to hear my thoughts on this episode, bro. Barry tries joining the wrestling team, and it's just a worse version of both the American Dad episode and the South Park episode that were both about wrestling. South Park one especially because I also made fun of how WWE isn't like real wrestling. It was just okay. It was there. It was alright. As for the Adam plot, it was. You can tell it's late because I have to keep looking to see what even happens. Yeah, he wants to Return of the Jedi. It's okay enough. As someone who's actually genuinely watched the original Star Wars trilogy, and that's pretty much it in terms of what I've seen from Star Wars, I can confirm that the third part is my personal least favorite of the original trilogy. So, I don't know, Adam, you weren't really missing much there. Regardless, it's an okay episode, but just I'm getting so tired of the show being the same old menace. Let's hope that with one episode left, let's hope they end things with something good. 23. Living on a prayer. Barry has an end of the school year party. Meanwhile, Murray visits his old high school. Yeah, we end on a 3 out of 5. It's what do you want me to say at this point? I did like when like Erica's friend was talking to Barry, and she genuinely talks about stuff that Barry did throughout the season, especially since in like episode 2, Barry was the high school, the school year just started, and the school year's ending. So the whole season is like a school year, so that's cool. I like that. That's enjoyable enough, I guess. But I don't know though. A lot of this episode was pretty. I don't have a lot to say about it. The Barry stuff was just kind of mostly okay. Just him wanting to throw an epic party, but no one's letting him throw that epic party. Well, I guess the epic party does happen, but he doesn't get the credit for it. Erica does because most of the people there are her friends. And in typical party shenanigans, party gets too out of control. Again, better plot was probably the Murray stuff. I liked seeing more of his past. Now he actually used to be a pretty peak guy in high school, which was hinted at a few times before, but getting a full plot on it was definitely nice. Overall, it's a fine enough end to what's been a fine enough season. Now time for the ratings. There's thankfully no 1 out of 5s, but there are two out of 5s, which are Stop Arguing and Start Thinking and Muscles Mursky. Now time for what most of the season has been 3 out of 5s. We have The Other Smother, The Crumps, Why Are You Hitting Yourself? Who Are You Going to Telephone? Lame Gretzky, You Open the Door, Circle of Driving, Living on a Prayer, a wrestler named Goldberg, Carvati, Daddy Daughter Day, You're Not Invited, You're Underfoot, Call Me When You Get There, Minnie Murray, and Age of Darkness. Now, only the top 5 were good. Literally, only the top 5 I would genuinely rewatch if I was rewatching Goldbergs. They are Shopping, President's Fitness Test, The Ring, For Your Own Good, and easily, I personally found Goldberg's Never Say Die to be the best of the season. Chat, this was. I think my points have been made perfectly clear, but I'm going to quickly go through the most important parts. The problem with the season is that honestly, it felt like just an average enough sitcom. The characters are okay, the comedy's okay, the whole thing's okay, but it doesn't really stand out enough to really be anything special to me. I do like Murray decently enough. I like the characters okay enough. The only one I really can't stand a decent amount of the time is Beverly because so many of the episodes are about Beverly, so that probably wasn't a good thing. So yeah, Beverly should get toned down. And it, and in general, I wish the characters would learn more because I feel like it's the same trend that most sitcoms have, where it's like, oh, we learned a lesson, but now by next episode we revert back to our usual selves. I know a lot of sitcoms are like that, but like even in something like The Simpsons or like American Dad or even Family Matters, I feel like they don't do this as bad, you know. But with this show, I think it's because they do genuinely try to have some serialized elements in there that it starts to hurt more when the show feels like it's just repeating the same shtick over and over again, episode to episode. I really hate when I go through middle of the road seasons like this because it's like there's already so many seasons of shows I want to take a look at, and now I wasted my time watching this meh fest. Hopefully, obviously, I'm still going to watch the rest of the show eventually. I really hope when I get to season two, though, that the show starts showing why it's been around for so long and why it's such a well known sitcom. So maybe I'll start to like it more later on. But for now, season one, I'm sorry, but you're really not my thing. Well, living on a prayer.